the next thing we want to be able to do is we want to be able to describe sets in different ways. And we've kind of already started talking about that when we were looking at this inequality notation and interval notation. So there's another type that's maybe a little bit more intimidating, and it's called set builder notation. So I just want to tell you a little bit about what that is. Okay, so set builder notation is just another way to describe a set. Another way to describe the set. Okay. And how does it work? The way that it works is you use curly brackets to denote that you have a set. I don't know if you're aware, but a lot of times in mathematics, we use curly brackets to denote a set of numbers. And in the past, you might have something where you have a curly bracket and then you just list the numbers like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and then close the curly brackets. So like, some of you have taken stats and, we describe sample spaces like this oftentimes. The set builder notation is not exactly like this. So what we do instead is it has a certain format. So basically you have a variable descriptor. Then you put a vertical line, and then you have some sort of a condition over here. Okay. So this little, this vertical line, this means such that. Okay. So for example, let's say that you wanted to describe, let's say you want to describe the set of all even numbers. Okay, so what you could do is you could say, I'm going to give all the even numbers a name, a variable name. So let's just call it X. And you put the vertical bar, that means such that. So I want all the X values such that, and then we want to put a condition so that we just write X is even. And then that's our descriptor for a set. Okay. Sometimes you'll see people do something a little bit more complicated. They'll describe the variable with a condition as well. So they'll put like X is a real number, something like this. So this part here means X belongs to the set. X belongs to the set of all real numbers. That little E thing means belongs to. Okay. Does that make sense? All right, great. So let's use set builder notation to describe this set here. So we want to find the set of all X values such that f of X is non-negative. So I'm going to put here, I'm going to say the set of all X. I'm going to put the vertical bar to be such that. And then how do I describe that f is non-negative? Like, what does non-negative mean? Can you guys, positive? Is 0 positive?
Could you say greater than 0?
I think if I want to say, I think non-negative for us, that's going to mean non-negative means greater than or equal to 0. because less than 0 means negative. So non-negative is like the opposite of that, right? If I want to say positive, that would mean greater than 0. So there's like a very subtle distinction there. Okay. So when I say non-negative, I'm going to put f of x is greater than or equal to 0. Does that make sense to everybody? Is there any questions? All right. So I've already asked you about the interval notation stuff. So let's just go over this real quick. What I'm going to do is I'm going to draw some pictures, and then I'm going to write the inequality notation. So let's go like this. Let's put a little line here. We got A, we got B, and then let me copy that. Let's paste it here. Paste this guy here. Paste this guy here. All right. And then let's graph these guys. So the square bracket means I want to include it. So I put like a closed circle, include everything in between, right? Open bracket means I don't want to include it. So I put an open circle, include everything in between. Square bracket means I want to include it. Round bracket means I don't want to include it. And then I draw it like this. Round bracket means I don't want to include it. Square bracket means I do want to include it, and I draw it like this. Okay. And then we can also describe it with interval notation. So I could write this as a less than or equal to x less than or equal to b. I could do a less than x less than b. I could do a less than or equal to x less than b, and I could do a less than x less than or equal to b. Oh, yes. Zoom 6 LOL MC. You are correct. 0 goes into non-negative. Any questions about this so far?